Time for the business news now. Kate Moody joins us once again. Morning to you, Kate.
Hi, Hala.
The Olympics dominating the news, of course, this morning and for much of the coming few weeks. But you've been looking at it from a different angle, crunching the numbers and the cost of hosting the games, and what Brazil stands to gain.
Yeah, exactly. Costs have really been spiraling. Some fear that hosting the games is actually going to turn out to be a losing proposition for Rio's coffers. The Brazilian economy as a whole is in desperate need of a boost, with 5 consecutive quarters of contraction, 9% inflation and double-digit unemployment. Josh Vardy has more.
Nero Danilo Rodriguez is expecting to get plenty of work. This artist has been creating detailed sand sculptures on Copacabana Beach.
For those who do work connected to the Olympics, it's a good thing. It'll be good for my friends and me who work here on the beach.
However, most Brazilian people work in jobs not directly connected to the Games, and 12% of the working population is unemployed. Some worry that the huge expenditure that's already gone into the Olympics will hurt rather than help the country's economy.
We had the World Cup, and how did that make things better? Some things were built and we never talk about them now. Nothing will get better. I think they're just creating huge black holes.
The Olympics are often seen by host countries as a way of giving a boost to the economy. In reality, analysts say hosting the Games has few financial benefits and can even be a loss-making exercise. 500,000 visitors are expected in Rio, but there are fears that the ongoing political crisis, an outbreak of the Zika virus, and frequent protests could keep nervous tourists away. Meanwhile, costs have been spiraling. The bill for Rio was originally pinned at $4.6 billion, but some say the final tally could be at least 50% more than that. Brazil's debt situation has started to look brighter in the past few weeks. That recovery has been despite the Olympic Games, not because of them.
Well, lots at stake there for the Brazilian economy. But Kate, you've been looking at the athletes themselves, and there's lots personally at stake for them too.
Yeah, exactly, because they win money depending on whether or not they place in those medal placings, and their winnings really do depend on what country they're competing for, because it's up to each national Olympic federation to hand out award money. The most financially lucrative is Azerbaijan, which pays its athletes about 450,000 euros or over $500,000 if they win Olympic gold. Although only 6 Azerbaijani athletes have brought back gold since the country began competing. Now, you can take a look here at the differences for French and American athletes. For example, a French gold medal winner earns nearly double what an American athlete would, although that gap does become less significant for silver and bronze medalists. The UK is one of the few countries that doesn't give a cash prize to its medal winners. Financial compensation can be pretty important, especially for athletes that aren't paid very well throughout the year. An income study of American track and field Olympians at the 2012 Games found that half of the athletes ranked in the top 10 of their event earned less than $15,000 per year.
Oh, golly, not very much at all. Well, let's take a move on now and have a look at the markets. How are they faring this Friday, Kate?
Well, Asian markets were mixed. They did get an early boost from the Bank of England's announcement of fresh stimulus and lower interest rates. You can see the Hang Seng leading gains there, up 1 1/3%. The Shanghai Composite dipping into negative territory. The Nikkei flat as it closed. European markets opening slightly higher. Investors will be turning their attention later to the U.S. jobs report for the month of July. But you can see there the CAC 40 and Frankfurt DAX each up about 0.5 percentage point in the early moments of trading. Now, one of the big movers this Friday is expected to be the Royal Bank of Scotland, which has seen its shares drop 4.5% since markets opened a few moments ago. The lender reporting a net loss of over £2 billion, that's nearly 2.5 billion euros, in the first half of the year. The bank said it was hit by more restructuring and litigation costs. The UK government has a 73% stake in RBS since a bailout during the financial crisis. Earlier this week, Santander UK reportedly made an offer to buy it. RBS also drastically cut its growth forecast for the UK economy, saying it would likely only grow 0.8% post-Brexit, rather than the 2.3% that had previously been forecast.
Oh dear, gloomy outlook there for RBS. Thank you for that. Kate Moody, business editor, taking us to the top financial news.